I am out in the RV. I thought I'd show y'all what I've been working on, which is the floor in the bathroom. I'm in the process of preparing it for installing the vinyl tiles. We are going to put the same vinyl tile that you can see here that we installed in the living room area into the bathroom and also into the bedroom. However, I had quite a bit of prep work to do, and I'm still working on it as a matter of fact, to get this floor in the bathroom ready for the vinyl tile. What we're going to do is the same thing that we did in the living room area, which is to first install a subfloor over the top of this floor that we're looking at right now, so that we have a nice smooth surface to adhere the vinyl tiles to. This area in the bathroom, when we bought the motorhome, had ceramic tile installed on it. In fact, there's still some of it around this lip at the bottom of the shower. You can see it there. So it wasn't in the best of shape, and it didn't look very good. It just is dingy, and it was quite heavy because when I ripped it out of here, the bag that I deposited the debris into was very heavy. So it was quite a bit of weight that was being carried around just for the benefit of having the ceramic tile, which, you know, I don't know, it just didn't seem like a very good choice. So like I said, I ripped that out. Underneath it was a lot of mortar, like for the mortar bed whenever they put the ceramic tile in. And I have been, for the last couple of days, working on trying to get this floor as smooth as I can. So I've been using a hammer and a chisel and this scraping tool to try to break off as much of the residual mortar as I can, and then I'm sweeping it up in this dustpan and dumping it into a bag. And I'm out here doing just a little cleanup now. I have to keep sweeping it up so that I can kind of see where I'm at and what I'm working with. But anyway, it's going good. It's just taking time, of course. And I've just got a little bit more I want to do, trying to get this as smooth as I can before we put that other subfloor on top of it, so that we don't have any like uneven, really severely uneven areas. Anyway, that is part of what I am working on in the RV right now. As soon as I get this floor to the state that I want it in, then Dave's going to help me start cutting out the subfloor, which is going to be kind of tricky because this is obviously a small space with a lot of little ins and outs and corners and odd shapes that we're going to have to cut into the pieces that we put in here. So anyway, that is what has been happening in the bathroom. Then, let's see, what else have I been doing? Let me just walk up here and show you the curtain, the dash curtain. This curtain was really badly stained, and it was quite yellow compared to what it looks like now. On the curtain, there's a tag that states that it's dry clean only. However, I decided to throw caution to the wind and see if I couldn't wash this by hand and get the stains that were in it out. It had severe stains all along the bottom of the side curtains and across the front in several places that were just kind of a brown, yellowish brown color. And I believe what had happened was that at some point in time, this window had been left open during a rainstorm, and it rained in, got water on this curtain, and it caused water stains. Anyway, I did take them off, and I wash them by hand. I soaked them in a diluted bleach solution, and that did a lot to clean them, and the yellowing in the fabric dissipated and the stains lightened a little bit. But I could still see them, and whenever I hung them back up in here, especially with the light shining through it, I could see the outline of where those water stains had been. So I thought, you know, what do I do now? And what I ended up doing was I purchased this. I'm usually not a real big fan of like harsh chemicals and stuff, but I guess occasionally they do have their function. So I went and I bought this Resolve Gold Laundry Stain Remover. And what I did was, just with the curtains hanging in place, I just started spraying it where I could see the stains. And this stuff got the stains out, the last bit of the area where you could see the shadow or the outline of where the stain had been. It disappeared. So this stuff really works. But then what I found was that the area where I had sprayed this Resolve, it was lighter even than the rest of the curtains. So to even that out, I just went ahead and I sprayed the entire curtain with it hanging in place lightly with a coat of this Resolve, and this is the final result. This is what it looks like, and I think it looks really good. It's still not, I mean, it has, these are really old curtains. I'm sure these are the original curtains for this RV, which is a 93 model. So, you know, the fabric does have a little bit of yellowing, but I don't think that, like I said, it's a vast improvement over what it was. So I'm not interested in replacing these curtains. So I'm real happy with the way that turned out. Another thing I found that this Resolve worked really well for was getting out some water stains on the ceiling. In the bathroom, over here in this corner, the shower had leaked through the roof around this skylight, and that has since been repaired. But there was a little bit of water stain around that area, and I sprayed it with this Resolve and scrubbed it a little, and that came out. So happy about that. So then, let's see, what else? The other thing that I have been working on is the cabinet knobs, the hardware. The motorhome has these nice brass, I guess they're solid brass knobs on all the cabinets and drawers. And they're, you know, I mean, they're okay. I'm not a fan really of the shiny gold. I feel like the cabinets themselves are kind of shiny and they reflect the light and they have that kind of sheen because of the finish on them. And then all of the mirrors that were in here, that a lot of which I've taken down, that was shiny, and there was just a lot of shiny surfaces going on in here. We've got the refrigerator, which is got this shiny black surface on the front. It's just a lot of shiny stuff, a lot of shiny surfaces for such a small space in my mind. So I thought about leaving these knobs, but many of them are pretty scratched up, which it's hard to see in the video here at this distance. This one here, I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, trust me, many of them have pretty deep scratches in them and stuff. So being as I don't really care for the gold, and I also think that they're kind of scratched up, I don't want to go and spend the money on buying new hardware. So what I did was I bought some oiled bronze, or yeah, that's what it's called, oiled bronze spray paint by Rust-Oleum. And I am going to remove all the knobs, the hardware, and paint them this color. It's kind of a black, it almost looks black, but in the right light you can see that it's not quite black. It has kind of a metallic quality to it. And it looks like bronze, oil rubbed bronze. And those are going to go on the cabinets. So that's what that's going to look like. And I think that this particular color goes a long way towards actually improving the appearance of the cabinets. The cabinets are golden oak stain, which kind of tends to, I mean, it's golden. It's a golden color. It's sort of orangey. And I think that the black hardware and stuff kind of tones down the orangish tone colors in the wood, which is a good thing in my opinion. So that's what I'm working on today. I've got my screwdriver out here, and I am about to begin taking all these knobs off, and I'm going to count them. There are a lot of knobs in this motorhome, but I'll let you know later what the grand tally was on knobs. Look at them all. Here are all the brass cabinet hardware knobs, and there are 60.
That's gonna take a while.